Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there is doing well and came back once again with some more Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket ranked matches. Today's video, I'm going to be taking a break from the Eevee Challenge set of videos that I've been doing, namely because my pack openings for the Eevee Grove boosters have been abysmal, and I've kind of run my course on what I can run for the Eevee Challenge so far. So hopefully if my draws get a little bit better, then we can continue on that and make some fun Eevee decks. But for now, we are going to run something from the Eevee Grove pack, and that is Snorlax EX. Now, this is a deck that I've seen that people play with Snorlax and Lunala. I don't know if this is verbatim how you're supposed to run it, but this is how I'm going to try it. So this deck, of course, revolves around Snorlax EX, Lunala and Giratina EX. I threw Giratina in here just for an insurance policy to build up energy. The whole point of this is to use Snorlax as your wall and move energy around with Lunala, so you can feed it into Snorlax or Giratina to for hopefully get big damage going fairly quickly. Now this deck is going to take a little bit of setup time to do Snorlax and Giratina, unfortunately taking their sweet time to get built up and actually attack with a 4 energy cost. And we do have to try to get evolved from Cosmog all the way to Lunala, but hopefully we can do that. Snorlax also has the ability to heal itself for 20 damage per turn with its card effect. So we're also running Nurse Joy and Leftovers, which also compound the healing factor. So we're just going to try to stall and hopefully reward ourselves with big damage at the end. But we'll see if we can do that, or if I've even built this correctly, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, I will have the entire deck list in the description of the video below, should you want to try this deck out for yourself or simply improve upon it. But yeah, that's not been rambling. Let's go find our first game. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here, and we do have the misfortune of going first. But we do start out with Snorlax, which is nice. And that's all I got. Unfortunately, we only got Snorlax. And we're going up against a fighting deck, which is bad for us. Of course, we're running into a fighting deck first thing. But we do get another Snorlax. So if you're... I mentioned this briefly in my little preamble, but with Full Mouth Manner, the effect or ability of Snorlax, if the Snorlax is in your active position, you can heal 20 damage on it every turn, which is nice. And we do get our Cosmog, so Lunala is maybe looking a little bit more feasible here. And I'm also running Leftovers and a couple of Nurse Joys to really accelerate that healing factor as well, to make Snorlax a little bit more annoying. But where we're going up against a fighting deck, because that's just my luck, you're going to be taking extra damage on Snorlax. So hopefully it didn't take us too long to build into Lunala or Giratina. Because Giratina, in a way, kind of works as our engine, because it builds energy to itself. And with Lunala, we can move that on to Snorlax. Alright, we can only use Snorlax's effect at the end of our turn. So we're just going to play energy into Giratina for now, because there's no guarantee I'll be able to build up into Lunala fast. To spread energy around, and we can kind of delay here with Snorlax. Now, unfortunately, Snorlax does have an absurd retreat cost, so we kind of have that working against us as well, unfortunately. All right, we get another Cosmog. All right, we're going to use Nurse Joy on Snorlax here. Kind of get back to full health. And Giratina is ready. But unfortunately, I cannot swap it in, and I'm not running any Leafs or anything like that. But I am running, I forget the name of the card, I think it's Ilma, where if you have damage on your active Pokemon, you can put it into your hand. So I guess it's really whatever comes first. So it looks like we're not going to get Lunala just yet. So we're going to, I guess, build up the Snorlax here. And might as well just keep stacking energy with Giratina. Why the hell not? We're going to heal with leftovers, and we're going to heal with Snorlax. Alright, so we either need 3 more turns or Lunala, and hope they don't get into Machamp or Lucario soon. No, Machamp one-shots us, which is a problem. Alright, there's Ilma. That's what we're waiting on here. I probably shouldn't have put that energy on Snorlax now that I think about it. Or leftovers. Alright, well, let's put an energy into this Snorlax. Play... Is it Lima or Elma? I have no idea. Now let's put Giratina up front. Put Snorlax back down. And take out this Machamp. Now, Machamp can still ruin our day. The Machamp can do... Does Machamp do 130 or 120? I don't remember. Either way, not good. And they do have Machamp. Okay, it does 120. So we actually do survive this hit, actually. Now, I can't really trade with them, unfortunately. Put energy into our Snorlax. Well, I guess I can Nurse Joy here to guarantee I survive. Which I think I will do. We might as well just drag this out. Now I'm going to need 2 turns for Snorlax regardless. Now Snorlax does tank 1 hit, which is nice, which is kind of why I took the gamble here. Alright, release our Giratina. Gives them 2 points. We're going to bring in Snorlax. Let me do a Professor Oak. Might as well play that. Another Ilma. Another Rare Candy. We'll put Cosmog on the bench. Still no sight of our Lunala, which does suck. But we do have the Ilma to get Snorlax out should we need it. But it really just depends on what they do here. Now we do also have a Cyrus. A couple Cyruses, I think. I can't remember if I put 1 or 2 in here. We pull Machamp back in. Should they retreat? Alright, we can still blast them for 130, so that Lily is not the worst thing in the world. Now, if they attack with Machamp, they lose. That's kind of the hole that they're in. Alright, they are going to swap. Alright, we do get a free shot here, actually, with Snorlax. Alright, well, 2 of those cards are Lunala. Okay, well. We pop Railu here. Now, the unfortunate downside of Snorlax attacking here is it puts itself to sleep. So I need Lunala next turn. We are going to get 1 more chance at that before we have to attack again. So I need a Lunala so I can put all this energy into the Snorlax that's on the bench. No, they can't attack. Alright, that is a problem. Alright, we are awake now. We get Professor Oak. Okay, well... Alright, now the problem is... Machamp's gonna hit me from 140 because of Lucario back here. Wait, am I not running Cyrus or Sabrina? Am I stupid? Did I forget to put them in here? I think the answer is yes. I am stupid. So there was never a Cyrus coming. Oh, I guess I just default to have Cyrus and Sabrina in every deck. That it, just for some reason I thought boy was here. Alright. Now the problem is Snorlax isn't hurt, so Lima doesn't help me. Otherwise, I would bring Lunala in here, who doesn't... I might just do that anyway. Does Lunala have to be in the active spot? Once during your turn, you may remove all psychic energy from one of your bench Pokemon. Your bench... Sorry, I'm reading. I didn't realize I took that long. Oh god, I'm just stupidity at all fronts. Well, I wasn't gonna win, so it didn't really matter, I guess. But I got to reading Lunala, thinking that I made a mistake, thinking I couldn't. Man, it didn't matter. But okay, so it has. I thought I could move active to bench. It is just strictly bench to active. I misunderstood Lunala's effect. It wouldn't have mattered. I was going to lose regardless in that scenario, but now I understand it. So maybe in the future, stupidity won't cost me as much, but we'll see. Right, I don't know why I misremembered having Cyrus and Sabrina in this deck. There just wasn't enough room for it. So we're going to have to play around that. Okay, well, God, I'm stupid. All right, well, good game to the opponent, and I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we do have the misfortune of going first, which is never good, but we do start with Snorlax and leftovers, so that's something. So we can work with the delay strategy here, and that's all I can do. And we're going up against a Lapras. Okay, interesting. And we have Giratina, which is always nice. Alright, so this is going to be a Cosmog or another Snorlax. Alright, so go ahead and put these leftovers into Snorlax here. Might as well play a Professor Oak as our last card in our hand. We get a Nurse Joy and another Snorlax. And let's build up our Giratina, because that's really all we can do, because we can't attach any energy of our own. Alright, this could hurt if they get any good luck here. Thankfully, they get a Tails. And they have to build just as slowly as I do. Alright, we'll put an energy into our Snorlax. And Broken Space Billow with Giratina here. Now we have a rare candy, so we can evolve one of our two Lunalas if we get that fortunate. I didn't see it until the very, very end of that last duel, so see if we can get lucky here. Another rare candy. So I think it's going to be the same thing twice. If I was a betting man. Alright, well, let's slowly but surely build up our Giratina here. Now, unfortunately, we need 2 more turns to build up Snorlax unless I draw into one of my 2 Lunalas. It looks like they have bricked as well. Which I guess I haven't really bricked, but not really in a good position. Well, I guess I can just go ahead and win now. Just take Snorlax out. Bring Giratina in since it's ready to go. And they conceded. Alright. Well, I don't know what they were trying to run, but it looks like they bricked pretty severely to only have Lapras in the front. We didn't even see Lunala, so I don't know why that got the card of the game. But whatever. All right, well, I'll take wins where I can get them, I suppose. Good game to the opponent, and I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we're finally going second. That's nice. And we've been lucky enough to start out with Snorlax every time. Though this is one of the few hands that I've had that we can't draw more cards. Alright, Morlaw. Okay, so what are you running? With a lightning energy, no less. I guess we're going to find out here and see what they get on their bench. Okay, so Dragonite. So I would presume this is Dragonite EX, which that's another deck I want to try for myself. So unfortunately, I do have one, so I guess I could run one Dragonite, one what am I thinking about? My train of thought. One EX Dragonite, one normal Dragonite, but I don't think that would succeed. Probably better, it'd just be better to run two. Alright, well, since we have Elma in our hand, or Lima, I don't know if that's capital I or capital L, and I'm not familiar with who, which trainer that is. So I'm probably going to say it 1,000 different ways, if I'm being completely honest. Alright, so they can't attack me. Just yet, anyway. Yeah, that hits for 180? Alright, we get a rare candy, which is not really going to help me right now. So I guess we start throwing energy into Snorlax, I suppose. And keep building our Giratina. I think with this attack, once they use it once, they can't do it again. Yeah. But it's not really going to matter much. Because it can one-shot anything that I've got. And with Shiinotic, they can guarantee getting a Pokemon of some sort. Are they running this alongside Aerodactyl? I guess they must be with an old Amber. Right, we get Cosmog here. No, they need 2 energy to get Shiinotic out. I guess we might as well put energy into our Snorlax here. While we build a Giratina in the background. Now, I have no forcible way to bring Dragonite in. And they've got 2. Alright, we do get another Snorlax. So there is that. So I guess we just put another energy into the Mad Lad Giga Chad here. And I guess he's Broken Space Bellow because we can. Now, this Dragonite's going to one-shot the shit out of me. There is that. But again, it can't use it back-to-back. But I need to take it out before it can freely tag into that other Dragonite. Which I think is going to be a problem. Alright, we do get a Lunala though, so there is that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and put an energy into Snorlax and swing. And we are going to, unfortunately, lose our Snorlax here. And we do wake up just to get put back to sleep. Alright, well. Unfortunately, the energy has been on their side, so they're going to have that Dragonite ready. And unfortunately, I have nothing with a high enough health pool that can help me here. Because while it can't attack, it can absolutely retreat. Which is a problem. Let's put an energy on Lunala. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to attack here, but it's going to be for naught because they're going to tag out into that other Dragonite. Without even having to spend any energy. Not that they needed to do that. And now we are going to lose our Giratina. And down we go, unfortunately dropping in a 1-2 hole with our Snorlax Lunala deck here. Alright, I'm gonna try one more duel because I'm feeling froggy to see if we can get another win on the board with Snorlax here. But good game to the opponent. I'll be back with when I find one more match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here, and we get to go second again. And no Snorlax this time, just only Cosmog. Alright, what are we going up against here? Solgaleo. Okay. So this can be a problem if they can get started much faster than I can. So hopefully they don't already have Rare Candy Solgaleo, because that'll end this quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay, well, they got 2 Cosmogs out. We draw another one. Alright, let's play our Poké Ball. It's either going to net us Giratina or Snorlax. And there is Snorlax. And I guess we're going to put leftovers in the Snorlax as well. Teleport Cosmog out of here and bring Snorlax to the forefront. To, of course, be our meat shield, but unfortunately playing the long game against Solgaleo is probably not going to work out too well, if I'm being completely honest. But let's see what kind of luck we have. Knowing my luck, bad. Alright, they get their more lull, but they already have Cosmog out front, so they're going to do the swap? No. And they're going to put leftovers into Cosmoem, but they don't need to. Well, okay, let's see what we can get with Oak here. I've not seen Lunala other than like twice, but it's been like in-game, so it really hasn't really done me any good. Okay, so do I want to... I guess I might as well put it in the Snorlax. That's the only heavy hitter I've got right now. Right, they're going to red card me here. Which is not the end of the world, because I didn't really have a whole hell of a lot. So we lose our Rare Candy and swap it for Lunala. Which they have Solgaleo. Excuse me. That snuck up on me. Okay. Let's get Giratina on the bench. Put an energy into it. Now I can heal 50 damage. But unfortunately, doing so doesn't survive a hit from Solgaleo. So we're just going to have to Broken Space Bellow here. Yeah, even if I played the Nurse Joy, 100 was the most I could get back up to. And down goes our Snorlax. Alright, well, we can survive one hit with Giratina, but unfortunately, it's not really going to do me a whole lot of good, if I'm being completely honest. Because I can't even attack till next turn. So yeah, we're kind of just in a bad way here. And they get another Solgaleo just for good measure. And put some more leftovers on that Solgaleo. Alright, well I guess I can tag out into Snorlax. Alright, well we're gonna retreat. Got no choice. Gonna bring Snorlax in here. And I guess just put an energy here into Snorlax. And that's all I can do. I don't really think there's any way I can pull this out. Especially if they Cyrus and Giratina. I mean, to even have a shot, I've got to have Rare Candy and Lunala. I've got Lunala, though, so I guess I just need Rare Candy. Now, I could have Limud or Almud, whatever the hell his name is, Giratina out. But it didn't really help me. God, I'm just really not getting anything that I need. And all I can really do is delay further. So I'll take Snorlax out, put it in hand, put Cosmoem up front, and just reduce damage by 50. I mean, I can delay like a son of a bitch, but I don't think I can really push this over the hump and win. Alright, well, we get a Rare Candy, which is something. So let's go ahead and please play Rare Candy. Get Lunala in here. Which I could have evolved the one in the front. So I need 3 energy to retreat. Isn't that lovely? Okay, well let's go ahead and bring Snorlax back in here. And use Psychic Connect to put 2 energy into Snorlax. And might as well just play Broken Space Bellow. Good news, I can attack next turn. Bad news, I don't survive 2 turns. Well, we got another Alma, so I can just be a real bastard if I want to. I don't really have much I can do, honestly. Well, all right. They have no cards left. What do I got? Well, I still got 5. I really, at this point, all I can do is hope to annoy them enough to where they want to quit, maybe. Okay, well. Surprise, surprise, I'm going to retreat and bring Snorlax back in. And put our energy into them. And now we're all out of moves. Play some leftovers. And we can do this just because we can. All right. We're at the end of our pitiful road, unfortunately. Let's play Nurse Joy because we can. Unfortunately, we do not survive another hit, regardless of who we throw in here. But damn it, we tried. Yeah, the most we can get back up to is 100. Solgaleo is finally going to finish us off. And they got no cards left, which I've not, not had any for a while. They have Lily just for good measure, I guess. And down we go. Well, we can stonewall like a nobody's business, but unfortunately we can't really make use of it in any way. Or I can't. It's not with how I've got this deck composed. Now, I'm sure there are probably better ways to run Snorlax. This is just what I opted to try. And there may be a better way to run this deck, in particular with the Giratina and Lunala. Like maybe including some Cyruses and Sabrinas in there. But this is just my dumbass method, and dumbass methods have dumbass results. Alrighty, well, good game to that opponent. I don't know what I'm going to do for my next deck. I might delay doing some Pokemon Pocket videos just until I can draw something. I'm sure I've mentioned this in every video. I'm a free player, so it takes me a little bit longer to get stuff I need to try cool stuff. So I would like to continue the Evolution Challenge, but I think probably my next little run is going to be either Tekken or Guilty Gear. Depends on what kind of move I'm in. But yeah, if you made this far in the video, I do thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you do feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.